There we go, finally made it back. Apparently someone forgot to add other people and things can get dragged out. Probably extended the pee breaks or something like that, but at least we are back up and running with Tindastóll opting to go for the blue side. Their turn to pick this time around, of course taking away the rumble from Tedis. May take away the Aatrox this time around as well, as he looked ridiculously strong on it. At least in the first part of the game. And Syndra being taken away from Atti in the mid lane. So what were we talking about? We were talking about Ornn in top lane for Leikmaður. Ornn is something that needs to be banned, especially this time around by Dusty. And Diana is possibly a problem as Eldur can play Diana in the jungle. Atti did show us that tank Diana is healthy and alive in the mid lane. And I'm excited to see what Tindastóll brings to the table this time around. They have a lot of times gone for the explosive teamfight combinations, but that last one was something else. So Diana is indeed taken away. Felt like a crucial pick, a crucial part of the Wombo combo itself. There's also other things that they can do. That they can take J4 in the jungle for Eldur if they want to lock down people with Cataclysm. They can try to first pick Misfortune for KFC Man. Not against that. I think first picking Misfortune is fine. Indeed, Misfortune taken away. That means Ornn is actually up and running, and Leikmaður has to lock it in right now. Do it. Is there a question why they wouldn't just pick it? There we go, locked in. Ornn going over to Leikmaður. Leikmaður has been, so last I looked, he had played a lot of Ornn games. He's played 32 Ornn games in Season 10 total, with a win rate of 66. Oh yes, please let it be so. We've seen Tedis play since once before in the, I think it was the second Lenovo. Boo! Boo! Okay, well, Mordekaiser is probably the better pick, but he gave me hope for a little bit. It's gonna be the thrilling lane of Mordekaiser versus Ornn. We can talk about it again that Ornn did get hit by a nerf in 10.5. That's less percentage damage when he pops the brittle, and also takes one extra level to get to the upgrade, so he gets this upgrade at level 13, with his teammates getting upgrades at 14, 15, 16, and 17. Not a massive delay, like obviously impacts him a little bit, but still gonna be a powerhouse. We will not be seeing the Senna Famine bot lane for KC Man and Vilti. They played a lot yesterday with Senna Syra. Now Senna picked away, Braum gonna be picked up. And what are they looking to play for KFC Man? I think they should just go for the ADC pick this time around. Plays a lot of things. He could go for something like Lucian Braum is a thing, but he also plays a lot of Saya. And that is so far his most played champion on the accounts that I'm seeing. I'm not seeing a lot of games played though, so take it with a grain of salt, but we've seen him play Saya before. And she is in a decent state. Not the power pick she used to be, but still pretty good. And now I may just be seeing the support coming in. Is there something open that I'm missing? Lee Sin for Dakrek is still open. Oh, boo! It is, so Tomcat Senna is a legit thing. We've seen it before, and of course it's all over pro play. So Senna doesn't actually farm, she just goes for getting the stacks, as getting the stacks as support Senna is easier. So it's technically support Senna, not really though, as Tomcat will be taking all the CS early, and then Senna will be around the mid game, starts turning around, starts farming up. So sacrificing CS instead to get the souls, to get the extended auto attack range, the extra AD, the crit into the lifesteal once he goes over 100% crit. And now the junglers are being torn away with both Lee Sin and Zac taken. J4 is up. What did I write down in a little book? J4 is up, Karthus is up if they wanted to go for that. But it all kind of depends on what Dakrak is going to be running in the jungle. As he was looking strong. Still though, he couldn't actually pull off a lot of things going on in the early jungle. So they went for the invade, then they went for the early shenanigans and going for the mid lane. Went for the dive, then went top. So yes, Elder felt like he was just standing around for a lot of time, watching Lee Sin do all the cool Lee Sin stuff. But it felt like Dakrak was a little bit too slow in getting the ball rolling. So he did end up managing to get stuff off. Does Dakrak play Karthus jungle? I do not think so. Well, he actually has played it a little bit. Not a lot though, and 30% win rate so far. It is at the bottom. Lee Sin is by far his most played champion, with J4 in the second place. And now with this locked in, Gragas in the jungle for Dakrak. Maybe they're looking for an AD mid, but Senna will be doing decent damage though. Only missing the mid and jungle for Tindastóll. We will be seeing Annie locked in, a placeholder. Or the supreme Annie mid lane pick. Christian would have been proud. Just waiting for Witcher Tristan to pop up in the chat and tell us which champion Annie is. And they know. Annie, they know. Masterfully done, Sigo. Did it again. So, Vel'Koz coming in for Adi in the mid lane. He is a fierce Vel'Koz player. So, a lot of zone of control coming. Woo! I talked about AD in the mid. AD Gragas, no, Yasuo Gragas is a combination. And that will be looking kind of scary. Oh, dear, and seem locked in. So it does seem to be the jungler as Vel'Koz was locked in for the mid lane. We have Ornn in the top, Saya, Braum in the bot lane. So only missing the jungler. Annie is set. Set is in the jungle. Let's jump back into it. So Gragas Yasuo coming up from Dusty. They will be looking to, like, there's basically a giant arrow pointing to mid lane. Gank, mid lane, come and gank. Vel'Koz is super immobile. Just throw a cask at him, throw the last breath from Yasuo, and that's a dead white monster. So Adi was playing cautiously in the game before. He will be playing so cautiously this time around as well. Once Dakrak and Cersei hit level 6. The draft always comes back because, unfortunately, some of these people don't own all the champions in the game. They subscribe to the theory that League of Legends is a free game. It is not. I can contest to that. I've spent too much money on League of Legends. So, if somebody doesn't have all the champions and like they don't want to pick their champion right away. So, Adi is playing Vel'Koz in the mid lane, for example, but it's actually Vilti that locks it in for him. Because they want to keep some picks secret, they want to be able to have the counter picks, so force Dusty into picking something first, and then they can pick something that's really good against that champion. And that can mean that someone is going to have to pick a champion that he doesn't own, because that's the way the draft order goes. And in that case, they pick something that's never going to be played, like nobody's going to be playing Annie in a professional game. So that's a dead giveaway that, yeah, that's a placeholder, and they will let the enemy team know that Annie is actually this, which was set in this case, but does mean that we have to redo the draft and go through all this again. Thankfully, they are pretty quick. And I should update the Champions Select OLA with the score of the game. Let's see if I can get that fixed for the potential final game of the series. So this is best of 3. Now Tindastóll have already picked up 1 victory. this is advanced math, but that does mean, and follow me here, that Tindastóll are only one game away from winning the best of 3 and securing their spot in the finals against KR Esports tomorrow night. We talked about it yesterday that the Masters tournament was originally supposed to have a cash prize, which fell through. So some unforeseen event that I do not know about. Unfortunate, but that explains why some of the teams backed out. Not surprisingly, because this is just basically a for fun, for prestige tournament. So they're not actually going to get anything from winning it because they've already locked themselves into the actual Pro Division that's going to be played for over 7 weeks. And the Pro Division, the weekly thing, is going to be round robin, single round robin, so everybody plays everybody once. So no seeding required, doesn't matter, so this is just for fun. I'm so happy that we actually still got so many of the teams to play though. So tomorrow night at 6 we'll be watching the victor of this best of 3 against KR in a best of 5 to get us going. Because there's gonna be a 2-week period before we get into the actual Pro Division games. Let's see. It's gonna start on the 25th of March, I do believe. So 2 weeks until we get to the point. Thankfully we have the Nordic League to keep us busy. We can watch FH Esports play against... well, not play against because they're separate groups, but Dusty Academy and FH Esports are playing in the Nordic League. And they're doing fine, but they need a little bit of love from their Icelandic brothers and sisters. And we'll be trying to stream that on Wednesdays and Thursdays until the division starts. But this is how it's gonna line up with Senna, Tom Kens in the bottom lane against Saya and Braum. Potentially explosive combo coming around from Saya and Braum. They can really get the ball rolling if they manage to get the stun lockdown from Braum into the Glacier Fissure, and like he brings all the CC to the table, so he has the concussive blows, stun into the Glacier Fissure, slow, and meanwhile KFC man is just throwing out the feathers, bringing them back in for insane amounts of damage into the next route. So that's also the idea of Tankens. Tankens is there, not because he's a great. So I personally never really liked Tankens, especially when he was played in the top lane. That was abusive. But he's really good at one thing, which is keeping people safe. So he'll be eating Senna. He was probably even going to be running Cleanse this game on the Tankens. He can also set up the backline shenanigans with the Abyssal Voyage, so bringing Gragas and Mordekaiser into the backline of the enemy team from possibly even the Fog of War, if Dusty manages to keep a good account of vision. While Tindastóll is going for the more traditional AoE team comp, which we've seen so far from the less AoE than normal, like most of the champions that they wanted to get have been banned away, with Misfortune being banned. But do have the Ornhorn to set stuff up, do have Wildcast to do so much damage, also true damage coming up from him. With the Saya Feathers, maybe going for the Rune Hurricane this game, there's plenty of targets to shoot at. So there's going to be a ton of feathers going around. A lot of displacement, a lot of CC, a lot of... Just try coming at us and we can back away and keep hammering at you. And it was picked in the Friends League, okay. Cool. That tells me everything I need to know about the Friends League. It is super Icelandic to sound elitist. Like, we are of course the best players in the world. We are the best at everything there ever was. And we have now loaded into the game. Flatte is just fixing the overlay, waiting for the sweet sound of people. Oh, there it is. Waiting for the thumbs up. It is here. Flatte has given his permission. And we are jumping in. Welcome back to Summoner's Rift. The beautiful map, which has now been around longer than the original map ever was.
seconds until minions spawn.
Yet again, defensive lineouts coming up. We did see an invite coming. Oh, Flat is back again. We're missing the first letters of the names. No. Well, ignore it. Don't look at it. Try to pretend it's not there. Oh, invite. Sausage. Invite, people moving. Things happening before minute 2. Ah! Just running in to put down some wards, trying to spot where Elder is gonna go. And Tindastóll not doing a lot of that, just content in, well, not dying. Well, it's probably something they should look to do in the future, is to go into the enemy jungle, just to try and keep track of where Darkrick is going to be going. Looking like it might be the full clear coming up from Elder. Not familiar with the set jungle. Did get slapped a little bit in 10.5, I want to say. Yep, 10.5. So, we mentioned yesterday that the slow from his ultimate is down to 1 second, and also we hit a lot of his base stats, his armor, health regen growth, to make it less efficient in the jungle. But Elder will still be happy to play in it. And they will be able to spot him out when he starts his Razor Beaks, thanks to the vision from Soisi. So they should know exactly where he is. This may be an opportunity for Darkrick to actually look to gank something, but Tedris has pushed in the wave in top. Good work from Arte will start a spot Darkrick coming, unless it goes the long way around. And nice little pings there. Ooh, Sarsator taking, Sarsator burning, Sarsator not dying. Nope, don't go down. 1-for-1 trade though in the battle lane, with Crystal picking up the kill. Both of the kills going over to the ATCs. And Soisi looking for something on Ati, maybe? Actions across the board. This is probably going to mean that Lake Mother will have to recall pretty soon and just teleport back to the lane. No real good positions for Darkrick to actually do anything, as all of his waves are pushed in, except for the bottom one. And that's probably the lane he's least interested in ganking. He's now looking for something in the enemy jungle. The Graph will be respawning, so he will be able to pick that up at least. But here comes Elder running in, does have the red buff. But Darkrick is there. Could go for the burst onto Ate. Or just play some sweet music. The Ninja in the night, and now maybe at this feeling safe, this could be opportunity to go for the flash body slam. But no level 6 combo to be had, and Ate is playing super safe. Still action in the middle, and it is even a lot of damage coming up from Ate running with the barrier. And Sarsator actually, yeah, I thought he would go for the cleanse, but maybe it feels like Tindastóll missing the hard CC requires to lock him down. As Christian goes to the spooky ghost zone. How did that miss? I do not know. That does mean that the stun does not come out. Christian stays healthy. And the Biscuits in the top lane, keeping Lake Mother in the lane. The top lane have back quite yet, but Lake Mother falling behind in farm. He will be offering up that utility through Ornn, and yeah, it's basically like the champion is always going to be good unless he's like 0-10. But still, we did see Terrace pop up last game, and he is looking to do it again. And solving the problem of how do I get to the back line is made simple if you can just flash in and ult somebody, put them into the death roam. Now pings in the bottom lane, Starkrek has went for the Dark Harvest instead of the Predator, so will not be running quickly in, doesn't even have the boots, but now a lot of damage coming out on KFC Man, Wilti throwing out the Unbreakable, slows coming out onto Wilti, there comes the flash, Battle Slam, possibly, nope, eventually it does come out though, as the last breath will follow it. Elder rooted down in the turret, shield will be coming out, not doing a lot of damage at this point. Clean kill onto KFC Man, and supreme display of self-control coming up from Takruk. Just casually walking in there until he was in the range of the flash body slam. Mountain Dragon is the first one up for grabs. Ornn is somebody loves seeing it. We actually saw some stupid number with, what was it, 3 Mountain Drakes on an Ornn who went for double Sunfire, which was 2 days ago. The games are kind of bleeding together. But yeah, not gonna be 3 Mountain Drakes this time around. This is only the first one, but still something that late mode would be pretty happy to get. As Tethys and Elder are now locked in the death realm. Darkrek waiting on the side. Elder throwing a lot of damage onto Tethys. Ornhorn coming out will not land on Tethys. Should not matter though. Elder flashes away with Lakemar coming in as well. Trying to get something going on to Tethys. Tethys is solo. Disintegration away will indeed disintegrate Tethys. And Cersei the one in trouble, having to force flash away. And that's a jungle set. Still looking so strong. I wasn't actually paying attention though, so maybe Tethys hadn't actually bought anything yet. That's for him to know and me to speculate about. So Lakemar gets clonked into the face. He hasn't gone back yet though. And thanks to the Ornn passive, we'll be able to build up all the stuff he needs along with the, for example, the Magic Resist. He's missing most of the CS though, but let's get this at least almost 20 CS behind though. The single assist not quite worth that. And things could be looking a little bit rough. There's action in the bottom lane with Kristud going in onto Wilti. Ignite actually thrown out. Will not be landing it on Nom. Oh yes they will. Kristud even picking up the kill. Looked like it could be a cow there for a second. KC Man locking down Sazador, but still though. The power couple of Kristud and Sazador looking strong this early in the game. 2 kills going over to Senna. This is basically the perfect Famine Senna game. Don't get CS, just get kills and soul stacks, up to 40 soul stacks already. And now feels like they may be forced to look bot and help them out, as they will be able to pick up at least 1 play, possibly more, with Dagger close by to lock down the early dragon. So Kristud and Sazador will be able to go top now. Elder coming in, Wilti will be locked down yet again, but Elder from the side, Dagger also close by. Middle is far away. Okay, okay, goodbye friend. Now this is looking really rough for Tindastóll. As Dusty should be able to secure 1 more thanks to the explosive catch. Beautifully done. And now with the chilling moat will go down. Eventually Kristud pop with the heal to go and pick up the second kill. 5-0 on the Senna. Almost up to the 50 stacks, and oh dear, oh dear. Dusty playing that beautifully, feeling more calm and collected than in the last game. Cersei is of course so far away from the 0-7 power spike that Yasuo knows all about, but still doing a good job. Doing a good job of keeping up his CS against Addi. Addi should have the upper hand. Abyssal Voice thrown out. Hello, friends. Trying to lock down Wilti Trilti. Not quite get it though. Yeah, so Cersei in the melee versus range matchup feels kind of rough because he, if he tries to go on to Ate can just chill and keep his tectonic disruption, his E, the knock-up. He can keep it hanging around for Yasuo, and you can't win all that. So basically Yasuo dashes in, he knows where he's gonna go, so he can like time his W and E perfectly to knock him out, to get the stacks of the passive going on, to get the true damage out. But Yasuo has made it through the lane phase without a death, as Dakrek going for the cast into the last breath. Soisin now going deep. We will literally throwing out the unbreakable. Damage coming out now. Ow! The true damage onto Dakrek. We start eating him up, spitting him back out. Late Mother from the back line. Elden also coming in. Tethys isn't quite close enough. How is this turning around? Does he actually pulling the impossible off with keeping it going kill onto Mr. Tritli? And Soisin thrown back into the back line now, dashing, jumping around. Double kill over for Kristen. He is so goddamn strong other than Senna, with Tethys finally joining the party at the forced to flash away. And it's not even over with Kristen going into spooky ghost mode, trying to lock down at that range on that thing, man. Thanks to these stacks coming out. And they are in trouble as Tethys is coming in from the flank. Has the death roam, could put KFC Man into it if he wants to. KFC Man looking to get executed. Nicely done by him. Still though, almost an ace coming out for Tindastóll. With Kristud getting obscenely strong. And how fight is he exactly? How many kills? 8 and 0. That's not bad. That's pretty good. And nicely done getting the Herald into the pit as well. Multitasking. And now it just feels like there's no way Tindastóll can win. Not quite accurate though, as they are not that far behind. 3k at this point is still pretty bad, but they do a lot of tools in their inventory to turn team fights around if they manage to get them into clustered corridors. Well, that's gonna be a little bit rough, as the cask is gonna be doing so much work, especially with Soisin throwing out the last breath to immediately ult off the cask. And now Lakemeyer going for the early magic resist. Not gonna be too useful against the Senna, the absurdly strong Senna. Who's now looking for more plates. Shelly is up, so we should be seeing Destiny Academy looking to do something on the top lane, or just go over and take the Herald easily. They will be the ones to secure the first turn of the game. Now with Dakrek on the flank coming in, this should be the easiest spot, the slam of his life. Easy peasy. Nicely done by Lekma to at least dodge the CC, but still though, couldn't dodge death. Things are looking rough if the first third of the game is going down without even using the Herald. Turret plating gone now, but still so much gold picked up from the plates. Okay. Cheeky. At now in the top lane with Eldur and Vilti. They're looking to do something, but honestly not to the point where we could do it. KFC Man at least is at least has most of the kills for Tindastóll, but also the most deaths of them. Now Body Slam coming out, forcing the flash away from Vilti. Stone Blade, yeah, with KFC Man now locked in the spooky death realm. He should be going down. Featherstorm comes up. Ooh! Happy feed! Nicely done by him to dodge it, forcing Tethys to actually flash after him. Thought for a second maybe he would be good, but no, not quite good enough. And 50 CS difference in the top lane is a little bit massive. And also now Cersei finally working on the 0 and 7 power spike. So he will be strong too. 6 deaths from now. The Herald is up. Feels like they could have just gone for it maybe. But going to base, picking something up. With Phantom Dancer coming in from Soisim. And these are some big items coming through, so the next team fight is gonna be interesting. If we check out the soul stacks, up to 78 souls. Not bad. 8 kills, like, okay then. Tricky for them to really lock down Christian unless Elder pulls off the amazing, like, somehow comes from the fog of war into the backline and ults Christian out, but that's probably not the play they want to be doing. I mean, yeah, gonna be rough. They need to get all the AoE damage somehow. They need to lure Dusty into either one of the pits or into these tight spots and then pull off all the AoE damage, but I'm not sure at this point it's actually gonna be enough as the gold leads up to 6k. Shelly going over to Dakrak. And now Crystal could be in trouble. Pass it did land, so they will be never mind. There's a time Kent's eating them up. Throwing out the CC onto Whitley, Elder flashing on the wall. Not sure you want to be doing that, buddy. Stargrig is here, slamming him back. Doing a lot of damage onto Christian though. Christian forced to pop the heal. Cass coming out to knock them into the wall. Christian should not die though. Yes, he will. Shutdown picked up by Ati. Massive pick going for him. Soisin now has the tornado ready. Still should be good as the rest of the team is here. Only Lake Mother out the left standing on Tindastóll's side. Ted is slowly but surely chipping away at the unstoppable Ornn, who will be stopped. They're trying to do damage over the wall. He needs to be running out because now Soisi looking for more. Ate doesn't have a tower to jump to. He only has barrier. Barrier's not going to be doing a lot here, so this should be him going down as well. Unofficial ace coming over to Dusty. One of these days, eventually. And a Dano. Yay, we did it! Dragon is up. Dakrak gave up on this and went for the recall immediately, just running to Dragon. This will be the second Dragon going over to Dusty. Not quite the Dragon race we saw in the last game. And kind of feels like we won't see the soul at this pace. Thankfully, Tindastóll have a lot of wave clear coming up from Ati, who will be good at stopping this. With the potential in trouble. Explosive Cascade is not quite up that yet though, but the Abyssal Wave is coming out to bring Krista to the fight, and whew. And now where is left to go? Both the top and bottom turret have gone down for Tindastóll, only the middle one standing. They have the Herald up, and they could be looking to just 5-man mid lane, run it down. See how far they get. Legman has teleport ready, could be joining the fight from the backline if he so wanted to. As Herald is popped, but Decker looking for something, looking for the explosive cash from over the wall. Give a look at it. Kobe coming out into the last breath, into the body slam, instantly blowing up the up. And Soisin now dashing, zooming and booping around, trying to land the tornado. Not gonna get much more than that, but Shelly's still alive and kicking. Will get another charge off. That's gonna be a healthy chunk of the second turret going off. With Legman now almost close enough to say hello, but Dusty should be backing off. Since Ted is stuck in the top lane. And the main thing about the last breath and cast combo from Dakrak and Soisi, it is going to do a lot of damage because both of them are pretty fat, especially Dakrak 5 and 1. So that's going to be a lot of burst, but it also does such a lot of disruption. It buys them time, honestly. So if they manage to get a good cast going off on at least 2 or 3 people, and then into the last breath, that's a lot of CC, that's a lot of time spent hanging around. And that's enough time for Tedis and the rest of them to just walk up to them, say hello, guten Tag. I have a really big gun and I'm stupidly fat. Pew pew. Ted is in a little bit of trouble. KFC man tries to flash for the kill, at least managed to secure the assist. So life form disintegration rate does basically what the name implies. It does a lot of damage to life forms. And no robot champions picked this game, only life forms, like Mud trying to pick something up now. This is looking a little bit familiar as Tindastóll get a slight break. A little bit of time to do some counter-striking of their own. Will not be able to pick up a turret though, and 5-0 in turrets. That's gonna matter a lot. Basically want to say just don't do what he just did. Don't let them pull that stuff up. As the Dusty Boys are now hanging around Baron Pit, trying to get some vision control down around that. Late man surely, slowly but surely, don't come and surely get into that level 13, starting to upgrade this item, has the Abyssal Mask. It is the most stat efficient one to upgrade, I do believe. With the Empire one being the next. We have strong split pushers coming up from Tetis and Sosi. Sosi, of course, went for the Ignite, not the teleport. So, makes sense, send him to top lane if you're going to be fighting around Baron. And now they are in trouble as Darkcrack is on a rampage, picking up his 6th kill. Senna shield coming in to at least secure the assist, but now that may have been a rough thing to do. Nope, never mind. Elder's going to get locked down, jumping over the wall with the plant. And Vilti, poor sacrificial lamp, will get burst down by the big gun. And Darkcrack refuses to give up. Elder still staying alive, but Sassadon coming over the wall too. Licky, tangy. Getting past his stacks onto KC Man. He goes into the spooky ghost zone. Tetis slowly but surely taking him down. Now Legmire in the thick of it. Probably shouldn't be. And Dusty immediately moving to Baron. And the pick potential coming up from the... Like, it's so easy to pull off. Like, just land the cask. Land the cask. And it's a pretty big ability to miss. Land it, and you basically at this point have won the team fight. This will be Baron going over to Dusty. There's also probably going to be the third dragon going over to them. Getting close to the Dragon Soul. Tetis playing a little with at the end Vilti. And this is a dream spot for Dusty because now they can send Saucy, like where do they want to? Maybe even down the mid lane. Yeah, don't know about it, but Tetis has the teleport. He can go top. The rest of them going on the bottom middle. To split, use the Baron buff to its full potential. We are not going home anytime soon. I do not think this is going to be a 2-0 victory for Tindastóll, as Dusty are looking ridiculously strong this time around. Things can go their way. So sick going in, throwing on the wind wall into the... yeah, that's an easy combination to pull up. The flash away, not going to be good enough. As Tetris is now working. KFC Man has teleported back into the backline. Adi being eaten up by Sassador wants this one, and he will get it. Picking up one for the frog. Long death times to be had. 30 seconds until we see KFC Man and Adi back up and running. And this is a full 5-man team, all with Baron buff. Looking to end the game, possibly. As they are now going on to Legmire. Sassador trying to land the final lickies. Working on a big and thick lollipop that is Legmire. Surgical coming up from them as they bring the wave to the mid lane. Subin is not quite ready in the bot lane though. We're barely making it past the tier 2 turret. But I do not know. Okay, they make it look so easy. Like instantly just landed the cask into the last breath, into all of it. Sassador coming in to keep Susi up and running. And now Eldur and KFC Man, the only ones left standing, they will fall as well, or at least have to stand in the third fountain. Looking on the base, falling KFC Man going down in the end. 11th kill going up to Kristit. 11-1 and 13 on the Senna. Pretty decent KDA coming out of this game. The first Nexus turret will be falling. The second one will be generated momentarily. Sassador stopped doing that. as they will take the Nexus and take this into the third game.